Hello, hello, hello. Hi there. This is spending quality time with your girl, Eposi Ziton. Now let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about life after divorce. Wow. Life after divorce. That is a very, very serious topic. Why did I say that's a very serious topic? It's because nobody goes into a marriage with the intention of getting divorced. So during the period after the divorce process is done, people go through that whole period of apprehensiveness. It's a period of change. It's a total lifestyle change. It's like a rebirth, a reawakening. It's a period of being reborn, because it's almost like you're starting all over. You have to reorganize your life. Your life becomes a new chapter. So you're looking for ways of making it easier, or making it in a way that is not going to be cumbersome. So it's worse when kids are involved, and everybody or all the parties that were involved in this marriage are going through this whole process of, is it a nightmare? What just happened in front of our eyes? So the in-laws are going through this reorganizing period. The couples are going through the same thing. The kids are going through a period of reawakening and confusion, and they don't even know what to do. So many emotions. It's a period where there are lots of emotions going on. I call this period the resting period. Why did I say the resting period? Because it's the time that you sit back, you take your time in your decisions. Don't be too hasty in making decisions, because a lot of times you don't want to make decisions that you're going to regret. And for the children, that's where I come in. They go through the process of being ashamed because they don't understand how people out there perceive their situation. They go through a period of being angry. They are hurt. They feel like, is it a bad dream? Am I just going to realize that all of this was just a lie? And they start looking at their parents and saying, what happened to these two people? The children's mind is not as grown as adults, so they don't even understand how you two could not get along anymore when they used to see the smiles, the kisses, the warmth, and all of a sudden it's just cold. So they are going through a period of feeling rejected. They feel so lonely. They feel like they don't even know who to talk to. For those who have other siblings, it's a little much easier because they can talk to each other, and sometimes they can try to discuss and support one another. But for those who are single kids who don't have other siblings, it's even worse. And that's why we have to be very, very careful during this time, because kids that are single kids, sometimes they start thinking of even hurting themselves. Like, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to see myself in this circumstance. I just want to disappear, just go away, so these two people can figure themselves out, because I was the product that came as a result of this marriage. So for these two people not wanting to be together anymore, I guess I just want to disappear. So that's the time you want to be very careful. You have to watch your child, and all non-communicative cues should be noticed, because the child might be giving you signals or signs that they are very depressed and they don't know how to handle their depression. Be very, very careful and be very watchful. And for those who are going through this period of rebirth, reawakening, which is the couples I'm talking about now, it's a time that you don't want to be too hasty. Because guess what? For women, you have standbys, people that are standing out there just ready to say, oh, let me make your pain easier. And a lot of times, I'm talking about the opposite sex, a lot of times their intentions might not be good. Some are taking advantage of your situation and just want to feel like this is the time to take an advantage. It's so sad how, as humans, people can be sadists. People can be so evil that you won't believe that they want to feed out of your negative energy. So please, 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 use this as a resting time. Use this as a time to get yourself together, to reorganize yourself, to look at your marriage and say, what are the things that I did wrong? How can I fix it in my new life? How can I fix it in my next relationship, so I don't have to go through the same thing that I went through? And for the men, this is the time that you, please, don't go and hurt other people out there. Because a lot of times when people are going through this, I already talked about in my other segments, do things that are healthy. Don't do things that are unhealthy, like just go out there and start hurting other women, because now you have this anger or this frustration. So you figure, how about me just taking my negative energy on others? And a lot of times you feel like, okay, that was another woman that hurt me, so maybe if I can hurt other women, I'm going to have, cut everything even. No. At the end of the day, we shouldn't be like that. we should reorganize ourselves and figure how to go into a new chapter in a healthy manner. And don't make the same mistakes. Correct our mistakes and do better. So in that case, the husband, you should do the things that I've already talked of in my other segments. If you've not watched it, you might go watch my other segments on divorce, and you're going to see ideas that I gave that you can use to help yourself during this process. And for the kids, please, 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 children, for those children who have gone through the divorce process that are watching, older kids, please, I was a little older, so it was a little bit easier for me. With younger kids, I'm going to talk about that. But for older kids, don't be too rash in your decision. Don't feel like you have to make decisions that oh, I'm going to take matters into my hands. I'm going to hurt my parents by just being aggressive, by just not focusing on my schoolwork, by just doing things that they didn't like. Because at the end of the day, you're going to hurt yourself. You have your own life after your parents' lives. So you don't want to hurt yourself in a way that you don't do nothing progressive that's going to help you in your own future life. So please get yourself together, organize yourself, and figure ways that you can be more productive to yourself. You can turn your pain into success. So when you get older, you can do things a little differently if you felt like your parents did not do things the right way. So as kids in this process, for an example, I was very hurt. I made a lot of bad decisions. I figured every bad decision that I made was a way of punishing my parents. But in the long run, now I know that I was just hurting myself. So it's a period of resting. It's a period of taking time for yourself, knowing yourself a little more, help yourself. If you have to do things that will distract you through the process, which are healthy, those are the things you should be doing. For the parties involved, the woman, please look for girlfriends that you can spend quality time with. I've already talked about that in my other segments. But this is the time that don't let people take advantage of your weaknesses. Don't leave people feed on your negative energy. Do healthy things that can help you go into a new relationship and be better, or go into a new relationship and fix some of the problems that were in your previous relationship. And because, again, like I say, during this time, I've seen cases where women just jump into a new relationship. Yeah, like they always say, the old saying goes and say, if you don't get under somebody, you won't get over somebody. Let me tell you, this is not the kind of case. Divorce is a serious issue. So don't use that theory, because guess what? That other person probably just want to take an advantage of you. And secondly, you're not going to be your best because you're still hurting. So it's almost like a comparative kind of thing where every time this other person does something, now you're comparing it to your ex and saying, okay, so this is not the time you want to jump into another relationship. It's a time to know yourself, study yourself, get your healing. That healing is very important. So when you go back out there after you've gotten your healing, you're going to be great. For the men, like I already said about jumping into one relationship and going into the next and just hurting women because you feel like that's the way to solve your pain. Let's not do that. Let's reorganize ourselves. So by the time we say we are ready to start dating again, or we are ready to go into a full relationship, we are really ready. We are going as a blank, like a blank slate, which means we're not taking a pain or a sufferings from the other relationship and bring it into the new one. Because what's going to happen is going to result to another divorce. Because the new relationship, the person is going to realize that you're taking your frustration out on them. So we need that period of resting, the healing time, so we can properly heal. We don't have to do it so quick. You're not trying to prove anything to nobody. Don't say, oh, if I just say single, my partner is going to think that nobody sees me. That's a very fake way of reasoning, because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody. This is your life. This is your well-being that you should be thinking about. So you should be doing things that will benefit you, not because you want to prove something to your ex. Because guess what? That's an ex. It's an ex for a reason. Put it behind you and move on. Don't take the pain from your ex and try to put a facade, trying to give an impression that is really not existing, because you're going to be the one who is going to be hurt. And for the men, take your time, because you have women out there that will come into the new relationship just to hurt your ex and then make the things even worse, because especially when kids are involved, the new person coming in trying to compare with your ex or trying to boast or prove something to your ex is just going to hurt your kids even more. And then it's going to create a very bad environment for the kids, because like they say, when two elephants fight, it's the grass below that suffers. So the kids are the grass below. So now, because their mom is having all this bad energy, everybody is different. The mom might, and it depends the age of the kids, the mom might even make them understand what's going on. And then now they bring all this negative energy to you. Everything you're trying to do for them, they don't receive it, they don't accept it. Instead of being angry and just acting out, and then you are getting even more frustrated. So please, 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 whenever I'm talking about divorce, I'm emotional. I've even heard people tell me, you speak a little faster. That's because I get very emotional, because it's a process that I'm in a marriage, so I've not been divorced, but I've been a product of divorce. So I know what I'm talking about, you know. So please, 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 let us not make wrong decisions during that resting time. It's a period to sit back, watch yourself, study yourself, learn yourself, and also look for ways to be better. Look for ways that you can even communicate better with your ex when kids are involved, so you guys can better understand each other and know how to go through the parenting process, how to cohabit with each other because of the kids, how to manage the new status quo that you've created, the new normal that you've created for your kids. And also, like I talked about, the fact that all parties involved, the in-laws, you know, please also sit back and check yourself. Don't be too quick to blame. Or because, you know, your son is hurt, you start blaming the ex. You know, you have to try to understand the situation, because it's not everything they're going to tell you. Most times their dark secrets in marriage is that people don't even feel comfortable to tell. So they're not going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you what makes them look good. So you're going to be judging from one direction. But if you calm yourself down, you know, and be able to form a good platform where you still can deal with your ex-daughter-in-law, you might be able to understand things, not fully, but a little better, where you're not going to be expressing very strong energy. So please, 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 the resting time was what this segment was all about. Trying to beg people to know that after the divorce process, it's a period which is the resting time. Take time for yourself. It's a new lifestyle change. So please accept your new situation and see how you can navigate it in a better manner, in a manner that everybody is going to get out of it, not being destroyed. This whole divorce process, I've always said, it's a lot of segments. So watch out for more information on how to go about the process of divorce as a family. It's always lovely spending time with you guys. So please, please, please enjoy your day. And thanks so much for taking your precious time to spend quality time with Eposi Ziton. And bye for now.